If you don't feel your best, there's no way you can give your best to your loved ones. This is why mental health and wellness for dads is just as important as it is for anyone else.
Joining us now to share ways dads can improve their mental health is Dr. Sheehan Fisher. Dr. Fisher, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I mean, so many times we talk about the moms and their depression possibility while they're pregnant and postpartum, but all of this can happen to dads too.
Yes, exactly. Like fathers are at risk for depression double than usual for any time of their life. And so understanding that fathers can actually develop depressive and anxiety symptoms is very important for the family health.
And it looks very different in men than it does in women. How does it show in men?
Well, there's something called masculine depression, and so men sometimes can engage in hypersexuality, substance use, and even aggression as a way to cope with their emotions. So they may not report traditional symptoms of depression, but are actually experiencing a depressive episode.
When you say aggression, what do you mean by aggression?
Like verbal aggression, irritation, just kind of being more aggressive than normal. You can start to see that spill out in their day-to-day interactions with their family and even at work.
All right, here's the million-dollar question. How do we get them to do anything about it?
Yes, that's the hard part for them, for one, to understand what they're going through, but then to understand it actually matters.
Yeah.
So what I try to emphasize is that father mental health actually has a direct impact on the child's health outcomes. Historically, we thought that only the mother's mental health mattered, but the more fathers understand that actually when they suffer, their child suffers, they tend to be more motivated to do something about it.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily see it though, right? So how can you help them to see that? Or is there a way to help them see that?
Yeah, so we want fathers to be more in tune with their own experiences. Positively, they want to support the mom and really engage with her, but need to actually be more self-reflective, understand how are they coping with the stress and what is going on in their own body and their emotional experiences, so they actually can talk to someone about it, whether family or friends, or even get professional support.
I know, like when we go for an annual exam or your physical, like a lot of times those questions, at least in my experience, are posed to us so our doctors can screen. Are they doing that for men as well?
Not for fathers. Typically, we don't screen fathers for depression when they're coming in, even for like pediatrician appointments or if they even join their partner. So we need to actually do more. There's actually mandated screening for moms in Illinois, which is one of the rare states that has it. But we need to start thinking about the father too to make sure we support the family health.
Now, what does it look like? So if a man is sitting here watching this segment right now, how do they know that they may need to go and seek some help?
Well, they should start to notice that they might function differently. They can't really show up at work the same way. They might need an extra nightcap at the end of the night, trying to have a little more drink just to cope with their stress, or just might start to notice that they might have more conflict with their partner than normal. And when that happens, just to be aware of it and then take a step to at least get it assessed. You may not need professional support, but at least having someone to take a look at you can be useful to see whether you are dealing with a depressive episode or anxiety, or whether this is just normal stress that you can cope with on your own.
I mean, let's face it, kids are frustrating, right? We both have little ones, and we're all going to lose our cool at some point or another. Where's the line between losing your cool on your kids and knowing that it's your mental health that's at risk?
Well, when you start to notice that it's perpetual, that you know what, you have a moment, that happens, just being normal. But if that starts to continue on, or really finding you're struggling to be able to cope with the stress, where you feel like you are not your normal self, that's when you start to notice that you might need extra support.
And so, what can we do as family members, as a society, to try to support them and help them?
Well, we need to normalize men talking about their emotions, make it more acceptable. And that a big piece of it is media, making media, the more it shows men showing the range of emotions and experiences, especially as fathers, can go a long way. And we also even need policies. Like we don't have parental leave for fathers. We don't have different policies that help support fathers transition to this new role as a parent.
Well, and generationally, it's so different, right? Somebody in their 20s who's about to be a dad versus somebody in their 50s who has been a dad for a while are going to look really different.
They are going to look different, and I think it's also a transition period for men in general because they don't really have a blueprint of how to be a father. Many times their fathers were as involved, so now they're trying to be more involved. They don't really know how to do that while maintaining their normal work life.
What happens if they don't go get help?
It can get worse. We know that the first 5 years, the trajectory can get worse over time. And what's most important for the type of work I do is understanding that actually affects the child's health trajectory, that their health, for their child mental health and medical health, can actually be impacted by the father's mental health during that first few years.
I noticed, I think we moms see it on social media, that there's a certain subset of moms who do everything for their child. They play with them, they're doing all this teaching, and it puts pressure on us. Is that happening to men too?
They're starting to transition that way. They're starting to try to be more involved and be active parents. Many times even want to be equal parents within the home, but as they're moving that direction, they are struggling with how do I create balance? And I think moms and dads together are trying to figure out, both of them, how do we do this together and work as a unit, even though there is disadvantages for what they might experience.
So how do they, what's the first step to getting help?
First step to getting help is talk to your PCP. Just get a screener.
PCP meaning your
or
primary
care physician, sorry, and just explain, hey, I'm going through something. Can you at least assess me, see what's going on? And then from there, you can get a referral to a psychologist, psychiatrist who can evaluate you further, just to make sure you're getting the support you need.
Dr. Fisher, thank you so much for joining us. Sheandfisher.com is his website if you'd like some more information. See if you need to see somebody, right? You never know until you reach out.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you.